Today is Tuesday, September 1st. Yesterday we talked about finding surface area using nets, and we talked about rectangular prisms, which was either rectangles or squares on all the faces. Today we're going to talk about triangular prisms, which are comprised of triangles and rectangles. Since you already know how to find the area of triangles and rectangles, this should not be a difficult task. Just as a reminder, what you need every day for math class, your notebook, and of course a pencil, okay, in order for you to take notes. So at this point, you should have your paper headed up. We're going to start each day with a number talk or a task to build fluency. The one that I've chosen for today is a variety of nets. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each of the following nets can be assembled into a polyhedron. Match each net with its corresponding polyhedron and name the polyhedron. We're going to condense this a little bit. We're going to cut it down to being able to match them. Number 1, we already looked at. Number 1 and number 2, we already looked at yesterday. Which does number 1 go with? Number 1 goes with E. That is correct. If you can take number 1 and unfold it, it would look like E. And number 2, we specifically looked at in class. Number 2 is B. Now, 3, 4, and 5, a little bit more difficult. Okay? 3. I want to point something out to you about number 3. Number 3, what is on the bottom? What can you tell that this is on the bottom? Yes, it's a square. So we've already used B, we've already used E. Of A, C, and D, which one has a square on the bottom? Number 3 is indeed A. 5 faces, 1 square on the bottom, and 4 triangles. Okay, 4 triangles and a square on the bottom. Okay, how about number 4? Number 4, I've got, looks like 1, 2, 3, and then back here on the back, looks like I got 4 triangles. What's made up of only 4 triangles? Well, that would be C. That would be C. And 5 is what we're going to focus on today. I've got a triangle on each end, and I've got 3 rectangles. So number 5, you should have D. Okay? All righty. So, yesterday, when you watched the video on surface area of a rectangular prism, I asked you to work out this problem, and we would look at it today. So, the problem has 2 times length times width plus 2 times width times height plus 2 times length times height. So I've got 2, my length is 2, my width is 4, plus 2, my width is 4, my height is 4, and then my length is 2, and my height is 4. So I've got 2 times 4 is 8, times 2 is 16. 4 times 4 is 16, times 2 is 32. 4 times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. So 16 and 16 is 32. 32 and 32 is 64. So the correct answer is D. Okay? All right. So pause the video for a minute if you need to, and write down your learning target. Your learning target should be in your notes on a daily basis. Today's is, I can find the surface area of a triangular prism using a net. Okay. All right. So here's what we've got. Now, if I fold this up, it's going to give me a triangular prism, okay? And I'm going to do like I did before. I'm going to highlight each section. So I've got a triangle here and a triangle here, okay? So we're going to do area of triangles. We've got two of them that are identical. So 2 times, formula for area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. Base times height divided by 2. So now I have 2 times the base of this triangle is 4. The height of this triangle is 3 divided by 2. Now I'm going to do the math. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. And 6 times 2 is 12. So the area of these two triangles is 12. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a 6 here and a 6 here. Okay? That'll just simplify things as we go through. Okay? So the next thing I'm going to do is look at this rectangle. This rectangle, okay, area of rectangle. And we only have one of them. It's base times height. Base is 1, 2, 3. Height, 1, 2, 3, 4. So my area of this one is 12. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and write that in. Go ahead and write in 12. Okay? Which one you want to do next? Does it matter? Let's go ahead and just work our way up. How about this one? This one is a square. But I could also get my area if I multiplied base times height. Base times height, 3 times 3, which is 9. Okay? And if I'm going too fast, feel free to pause the video at any time. That's the beauty of this. You can stop it and watch it again as many times as you need to. All right, and the last rectangle we've got, is area of rectangle, base times height. Base is 3. Height, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 15. So I can get my calculator out and add up all the sides. All the areas. 6 and 6 is 12. 12 and 12 is 24. 24 plus 9 is 33. 33 plus 15 is 48. The surface area of this triangular prism is 48 square units. Okay? Pretty straightforward and simple. All right? Now, let's look at this one. This one, not so much, not so simple as the other one we just did. Okay? So, let's try to lay it out flat like we just had the other one. Let's try to lay it out flat. So, we have 8, 6, 8, 6. How long is this thing? Well, it's 15. Okay? 6, 15, 15. So again, I still have those two triangles. So those two triangles, and I'm just going to draw them, 2 times base times height divided by 2. Well, my base is 6, my height is 8 divided by 2, all of that times 2. 6 times 8 is 48. 48 divided by 2 is 24. 24 times 2 is 48. So my triangles are 48. So that means each one of them is 24. Okay? My next little part, actually, let me highlight this so that you can see what corresponds to what. Okay? Now we're going to look at this one on the front. This one on the front, okay, this one on the front goes right here. Okay, so this is area equals base times height, which is 15 times 10, which is 150. Okay, so now I've got 150 here. Now, this next one is 15 by 6. Area equals base times height, 15 times 6, 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90. Okay? And I don't have this drawn to scale. I'm sorry. I do not have it drawn to scale. Okay? So, then the last one that I have left is the one back here on the back. Okay? This one back here on the back that we can't really see. Okay? And that one is right here. And again, like I said, boys and girls, I don't have this drawn to scale. I am not an artist. My brother got that gene in our family. Base times height. 15 times 8. And I believe that's 120. Okay? So, here's what we've got. We've got 150, 120, 90, and 48. 8, 5 and 2, 7, 9, 16, and 4 is 20, 2, 3, 4. 408 is my surface area of this one. Okay? All right. Now, I want you to try this one. I want you to try this one. Okay? Pause the video so you can try it. Restart the video when you're ready to check your answer.